On Sunday, Syrian Foreign Minister al-Assad traveled to Riyadh to participate in a meeting in which he was seeking international support for the lifting of sanctions on Syria. Now, at that meeting in the Saudi capital, you had a substantial international and regional diplomatic presence. Once the meeting was over, Saudi Arabia became the latest country to say that sanctions against Syria should be lifted. Also at the meeting, you had EU officials state that there's going to be an EU meeting later this month, later in January, in which the potential lifting of sanctions on Syria will be discussed. Beyond that, you also had the German foreign minister who stated in Riyadh that Germany prefers to see sanctions on individuals associated with the previous Assad regime in Syria who had committed crimes during the Syrian civil war, that those sanctions should remain in place. Now, the meeting that took place in Riyadh, this is seen as somewhat of a continuation of a meeting that took place on December 14th in Aqaba. At that meeting, you had regional and international players discussing how to better help Syria going forward. The key difference between that meeting and this meeting was a Syrian presence. For the first time, of course, that was the Syrian Foreign Minister, al-Assad. The takeaway from this meeting, Syria certainly happy that they're hearing that more countries want to see sanctions lifted, certainly happy to hear that the EU is going to be discussing it going forward, but also going forward, Syria would like to see a timeline and to ensure that this happens as soon as possible.